I deal with a lot of brokenness in the work that I do. So I wanted to make a video titled The Difference Between Forgiveness and Reconciliation. And I wrote some notes, so I'm going to refer to them. I will say there is a difference, and there's a progression from forgiveness to reconciliation to restoration. So let me explain that. And I pray that you are blessed and helped by this video. So, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is not holding what someone did to you against them. That's the simplest, purest definition. So I did a newsletter. It's on my website. You can find that on this YouTube channel on this topic, forgiveness, ultimate healing. Also, I believe I've also done a video on forgiveness. So again, forgiveness is not holding what someone did to you against them. And I believe that forgiveness is supernatural. This is not something that we can just conjure up or do in our own strength. I don't know how that happens when people say, I forgive you, and they don't have the love of Christ in them to do that, and the power. So, forgiveness is letting go of the anger and resentment. And I believe that true forgiveness is supernatural. And the human tendency is to hold on to the anger and the hurt. What about reconciliation? So, reconciliation is making peace with the one who offended you. You're no longer estranged. Father God reconciled us back to himself through his Son. Colossians 1:19 to verse 22 and Romans 5:10. It is possible to forgive someone without offering immediate reconciliation. So you can forgive someone that has hurt you and still choose not to fellowship with them. Now, some people would say, well, you're not my friend, you haven't forgiven me. That, for you to continue in a relationship with them, that's something else. Forgiveness is releasing what they did to you against them. You no longer hold on to it. You no longer are in bondage of that. So, reconciliation is focused on restoring broken relationships. You can forgive the offender, but may take time to trust them again. So, a few things about reconciliation. It depends on the depth of the offense and the attitude of the offender. The offender has to truly be repentant and to not mock the offended for holding back, for forgiving him. The offender accepts full responsibility for his actions. So, let's go on to restoration. So you have forgiveness, reconciliation, restoration. So this can be looked at a few ways. Restoration is to bring back to harmony the good way it was before. Biblically speaking, it's to make it better than before. Like one of my favorite scriptures is, restore the years the locust has eaten. What does that mean? Well, it's to make it better. Get it back, make it better and more than it was. So, to restore the locust has eaten, that's supernatural healing. So, reconciliation is very similar to restoration in relationships. Reconciliation is negotiating the relationship, moving forward to a new way. So you've come up from forgiveness and you want to make peace with the person. You haven't necessarily decided that they're going to be your friend or you're going to be trusting them anytime soon, okay? But you're moving forward to a new way, both accepting a new way to move forward with the relationship. Restoration is rebuilding the relationship to the way it was supposed to be. Now we're talking about God and the trust and the higher level relationships. This takes work, and it takes God, and it takes people that are willing to do that. And I understand. I'll probably get comments about people that have been broken and betrayed and estranged in so many different ways. It doesn't mean that you have to reconcile, but forgiving is the first step. Reconciliation and restoration is ultimately God's plan, but sometimes it doesn't happen here on earth. It happens later on. It will happen with us being restored unto Him in terms of the kingdom. So, relationships can be reconciled, but not always restored. You understand that higher level? So, restoration depends on rebuilding the trust. And so, I thought I would make this video just to, I've observed this in my practice, that there have been levels, and forgiveness is the first step. Reconciliation is the second. That's to bring the relationship back and negotiate the terms of it. And then restoration is ultimate healing. That is when the estranged, that's when the prodigal son or daughter, that's when the brokenness in your life with this person is totally redone, restored. God bless you.